Okay. Ready?
I'm ready. Shoot me a link too when it goes live. I'll get it tweeted out.
Okay. Ready? Ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Shoot me a link too when it goes live. I'll get it tweeted out.
Okay. Ready? Ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Shoot me a link too when it goes live. I'll get it tweeted out.
Okay. Ready? Ready? Okay. Ready? Ready? Yeah, that's what I thought the link was.
Are you live? Must be live.
Should be live. Probably switching
I got a
back and forth.
PTFO sent me.
Huh?
One of the comments says PTFO sent me.
Really? PTFO, yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you get to see Wheel of Fortune. Okay. What the fuck? Wow, I really just fucked it up, didn't I?
Gonna tweet it out.
I shall watch you tweet it out. There is nothing wrong with it. Okay. PTFO. Oh, I guess PTFO was just on.
They were.
Wow. I really need to figure out what friggin' days they're on so I can not go up against them.
Every Tuesday.
Really?
Every Tuesday.
Dude, I am so screwed up as to what day it is anyway. I mean, last week I had the friggin' flu. The whole family had the flu, and so that kind of sucked. So
it does suck. Not looking forward to those days where your kids get sick, then you get sick, then the wife gets sick. And...
No, everyone. My daughter brought it home, and then just spiraled out of control from there. Now my
it never stops either, because kids don't. Parents don't keep their kids home when they're freaking sick.
I mean, you try.
It's stupid.
But
you try, yeah.
You can only keep them.
But...
oh, interesting. You only keep them home for so long. And now, the three kids. The middle child is my first son has double ear infection.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's great. He's a trooper. I mean, he was fine, and then all of a sudden he coughed today and told my wife, he's like, ear hurt. It's like, okay.
Oh, man.
Well, they had White Boy on PTFO.
Yeah, I saw that. I was watching just a few minutes. They were... it was pretty funny. They were prank phone calling Walmarts, talking about the end of the world on Friday, trying to stock up on supplies.
That's funny. The Mayans said. The stupid Mayans.
Mayans.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't really say anything about the world ending.
No.
But...
no, their world ended, though.
Sure did.
Yeah. Too bad for them, huh?
Yeah.
Palo HQ. PTFO sent me. Well, that was very nice of PTFO.
It was.
And maybe we'll have to invade them sometime or start some kind of a Keemstar-style drama alert. Who knows? We can do many things in this world of technology. You never know what we can do.
Let's just start deliberately going at the same time as them so our 5 viewers can, take away from the 4,300 they have today.
Yeah, or we could not do that and say we did, maybe. I don't know.
That sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. It is. It's Luke Skywalker approved. If you can see my desk right now, down here, it's horrible is a word that I would use to
Oh,
describe
that
it.
happens.
Thank you, Johnson Porritt, if you're here, for tweeting out the show. We're just going to give everyone a couple minutes to settle in their chairs, as it were, digitally. Thank you. Yes, I'm the guy with the pork chops. Happen to love pork chops.
Yeah.
Zombie apocalypse.
Still doing the pre-show, in case you didn't know, everybody. We'll be starting in just a couple minutes here.
This is the live show. It's completely obnoxious. See, I have these. There we go. That's actually, it's, you know, it is really fun.
Oh yeah.
I've never played any Flux games before, and then I think my wife got this for me a couple of years ago. Just happens to go with the zombie apocalypse theme. That and I don't know. Like I said, I got a bunch of crap. I got a Cisco switch, a couple wireless routers, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 hard drives.
Wow.
A couple voice
A lot
over
of hard
IP.
drives.
Yeah. Well, yes. I have some more behind me, actually. We got a 2 terabyte and a couple wireless access points, and just this is like my gear room right now, which is half of it. It's like half the basement is gear room, and then the other half right now is Christmas gifts.
Nice.
But you can't forget, full dork status. Among other things. So, and spiders. I forgot spiders. There's tons of spiders down here. Tons of spiders. You ever played around other than an
see one
iMac?
dangling down.
I'm not looking forward to that day when I look behind me and I see one crawling on the wall like here. Then you'll see me get up and kill it with everything that I own. You ever played around with those all-in-one systems? Not specifically like iMacs, but like all-in-one PCs.
Never more than just kind of passing through Best Buy, just mess with them for a couple minutes. That's about the extent of it. I still don't get a touch screen on a desktop computer. To me, that's kind of going backwards in time, if you ask me.
Yes. I mean, I can, I'll go into it really quick. We just did a build-out of our speech therapy department in our hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did was we bought them, there's 13 touchscreen all-in-ones. They're 23-inch HPs. We bought them for the treatment rooms. So basically when the kids go in, they have the ability to use these touchscreens if they can't communicate verbally as well. And they can play all the different games and stuff like that. It's actually really cool. I mean, it's great for the kids. I just wonder if you play with any of them, because the touchscreens can be a little finicky at times. But it is strange. I do agree. Having a touchscreen all-in-one, like on a desktop, when you're looking at this size, I mean, you're talking a 23-inch. These things are huge. And they're probably like 30, 40 pounds, something like that. And they're on these big pedestal bases with, wireless mouse and keyboard. But
I can see it every now and then for a novelty, if you're playing Angry Birds, or every now and then there's situations where it works. Like if you're trying to teach a younger kid, or someone with a learning disability, it's easier for them to just reach out and touch things and learn that way. Sometimes. Yes. But as far as a practicality standpoint, I can't see it. Like at work, I would hate that. I'm on my computer all day drawing up blueprints and things like that, and it would just suck to have to reach out all day, 8 hours a day. I mean, my arms would be dead by the end of the day. And I'd also be able to do half the amount of work as I do with a mouse.
Unless you're standing. So if you're at like one of those, what the hell it is, the ergonomic desks. Like what did I see the other day? I saw it was a treadmill desk.
Really?
Kind of weird, but whatever. And people love it. I mean, it's basically you sit down every now and then, and you stand up. You sit down, stand up. And why the hell do I not see live shows? Sometimes I hate the way YouTube does its things. Like, I'm looking.
I can never see it as live. when I go to my YouTube page, I can never see this as live for some reason.
Yeah, I know it's live. I scheduled the damn thing, but
Yeah.
I can't see. I show episode 4, so I must have labeled this one 5. I hope, right? Episode 5 or whatever. But it's just weird that it doesn't come right up on the channel. Oh, anyway, let me go over to the thing. Oh yeah, thank you, sir. Beep. Let me just go over there because I do enjoy looking at the comments as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, now I can see comments. I didn't see any comments at all.
No, I don't see them. I do now. We got 5 people watching. Woo!
There we go. Now I can see the comments. Sorry
Can
about
you guys
that.
check on my gaming
What's going
channel?
on, everybody?
Mr. Tall, what is that? Mr. Tall the Great? John Support, PTOFO sent me, so I am
Mr. Tall the
here.
Great.
Oh yeah, John Support. There you go. Hey, buddy.
There
Online
it is.
earnings. What the hell? I love these things. I just got Twitter spammed. What is this one now? Online earnings are the easiest way for financial independence. Wow. Oh, she just started playing Call of Duty. Hang on, where's the link? Copy link. Let me send this over to Miss Carly. Or come on over to that tag. Why?
Also,
I hate this
hit us
thing.
up in the comments if you guys have any suggestions on comment topics for this evening.
Oh, what the
Just let us know.
That tech. Wow, I am gonna show live. I think the last time this woman jumped into a podcast where I was live, she almost made me die laughing. So, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, she's funny.
It's always good.
Commenting. Woo! Well, I can see you commenting. I can't see the comments. I can see the comments. I had all in when they were okay, but I don't have any. Well, no, they don't, Mr. Johnson Porritt. But the ones we bought were they weren't too amazing. I think they're i5s. The hell did I buy them with? I bought them really basic. Again, these are games for, for kids with disabilities of some sort. So, really, the touch games are, working on Windows 95. So, it's not like they need to have a lot of computing power. But these are the HP 9300 Elite. I think that's what they were. They're made for business. They're sold as their business line, and I can never. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Even in a CAD environment, I could never see this really being the greatest thing in the world. It's cool. It's kind of a novelty for us. But yeah, the all-in-one touchscreen thing is it's goofy more than anything else. For us, it's a huge space saver having the all-in-one.
Yeah.
But I would never. I would have one for the house as a toy, like playing some games on, but I'd never bother with the touchscreen. It's a waste.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Mr. Tall the Great, I appreciate the fact you're choosing to watch this rather than study for finals. Finals are boring. Studying for finals
It's like
more
my mother. It's like my mother always used to say: "You can study when you're dead."
So. Yeah, true.
I might have messed that up a little bit, but that's what I got out of it. So.
Yeah. And if you don't watch it, we'll shiv you. So, so did we actually agree what we're gonna go over?
I believe so.
Okay.
Some of the bigger games that came out.
Right.
What flopped in tech. And then we could talk, I got a few topics too if we run on ideas. Google Maps, that disconnecting from tech topic I was telling you about.
Yeah, we can go into that. Those are good. If we if we definitely want to try to plan a show for next week, then we can go over the end of the year stuff then, and I can just go over some of the bigger highlights, I guess.
Sounds good to me if you want to.
Okay.
I'm down.
No, that's fine, man. Let's see. So we want to talk about discotheque. Hind. Eyeball. And okay. Let me know when you're ready to start recording. I'll do a quick intro.
Okay. Let's do it.
This week on That Tech Guy Show, Discotheque, leaving it all behind. What worked in 2012 and what crashed and burned. And also a little talk about the upcoming Mayan disaster, the end of the world, zombies, and Windows. All now on That Tech Guy Show.
Absolutely. Like you said, we got a great show planned for you guys this evening. And I guess first topic up, you want to recap some of the big games that came out during the year 2012 and how they fared as far as sales go?
Yeah, I mean, sales, this was a rough year, I think, for everybody. Retail and going direct as far as sales went. If you look at the charts right now, you've got Just Dance 4. Sorry. On global. I mean, this year you saw Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Obviously, you saw Assassin's Creed 3. You saw Halo 4. Far Cry 3 just dropped. You had Forza. Forza came out. That's right. It's like these. It's weird. You see the few big titles in your mind: Borderlands 2, Assassin's Creed 3, Far Cry 3, Black Ops, Halo 4. You don't really have any kind of. There wasn't like a major rollout, month by month that I saw. So, looking back, let's say in January, you had Final Fantasy 13-2. Whoopee, I guess. The funny one was Soul Calibur 5, which, the first couple Soul Caliburs when they came out was pretty big fanfare, but nothing really came out. So Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, which came out this year, and then obviously decided to tank for an entire studio, unfortunately. Sales on that kind of sucked, which was, again, unfortunate. I'm not going to beat a dead horse there. Gotham City Imposters.
That was a surprising game. I'd say that was one of the most surprising games this year. Yeah. Just a cheap, downloadable Xbox Live game that just blew up. And, I mean, everyone jumped on that bandwagon for a while. Everyone on YouTube even was posting it for a couple weeks there. And, I mean, that really kind of came out of left field and was a surprise hit of the year, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it did really well. And then, obviously, you had a whole bunch of things that dropped with the PlayStation, the PS Vita. So the Vita came out this year, and their sales were not horrible. Unfortunately, it's been really strange. A lot of the companies have been very reluctant to release the sales figures on just about everything. So PS Vita sales was 2.2 million in June, and they've been selling maybe thousands of units, not like tens of thousands over the past couple months. So I'd say, let's see, 2.2 in June. So I'd say probably by this month or next month, they'll probably get up to maybe 3 million units, if that. Mm-hmm. And that might be a stretch on the Vita. I mean, they didn't really have any big title that came out and said, please buy me. There wasn't even a really big release. It was like the fanfare kind of stopped.
Because the hardware is really good. And I mean, a lot of people will knock the PlayStation Vita, but I absolutely love mine. I mean, after I bought mine after release, there was 2 months there I didn't even turn on my PlayStation or my Xbox.
Yeah.
And basically, I just played MLB The Show, I mean, which comes out on every system. I could have easily played it on PlayStation, but, that's what they were really missing was that big killer game to come out and push some hardware sales. I had high hopes. Part of the reason I justified the purchase in my mind was because I said, okay, Black Ops is coming out for the Vita, or a Call of Duty game, later in the year. So either way, I'll end up buying a Vita when that comes out, because I thought that was going to be the killer title of the PlayStation Vita. So I just figured, might as well buy it now and enjoy it rather than buy it later at the same price.
Yeah.
So bought it anyways, and then Black Ops came out, and it was probably the worst video game release of all time on the PlayStation Vita. Just a joke.
That sucks. I mean, it's. I didn't get one personally, but you got one, and I know a buddy at work who actually picked one up, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it. He said it was just the coolest little system he's bought, and that's surprising because he's normally not a handheld guy. So for him to come back and say something like that is fairly impressive. And he liked the hardware. He thought it was good, and I've seen really good reviews of it. I just haven't seen anything really pop out. There's really been no huge, oh my God, here's a huge sale game that have really pushed over the edge. And they're saying that 2013 is going to be different. They have a lot of games planned for it in 2013, and you should see a lot of titles come out for it that do it justice. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I have hopes, but the PSP itself didn't really have a very amazing run when it first came out. So I'm not really holding my breath. Diablo 3 you saw come out this year. It wasn't really, I think at the end of the day, it wasn't really a big year for PC games. You pretty much had Diablo 3 and then Mist of Pandaria, the expansion for WoW. You saw Star Wars, The Old Republic, went fully free to play up to level cap, up to level 50. Microtransactions, like everything else that's out there. So you want that shiny super armor, you pay for it. You wanted the special upgrade in your starship, you pay for it. I mean, they're gonna try to nickel and dime you that way. Then I mean, it's after that you pretty much had those last few big ones. You had Darksiders 2 pop out with sorry, still getting over the flu there. Darksiders 2 didn't have great sales. I mean, it looked really cool, and it's doing well, but not amazing. One that came out that I'm looking at back in August was Popo and Yo.
Popo and Yo.
It's
I haven't heard of that one.
It's a PlayStation Live title, and apparently it's getting really, really good reviews. It was an indie title basically developed where you're a boy, Quinko or Kinko or whatever the hell your name is, and you have this best friend, Monster, and it's this giant monster who loves to eat frogs, and you're trying to keep him away from frogs. It's almost like a Shadow of the Colossus style thing I'm getting. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen a lot of footage. But really, what it is it's all metaphors for this scared child and his alcoholic father, and how he's basically, trying to keep his father away from alcohol and everything else. It was supposed to be really, really good. It got really good reviews. It was one of those that kind of came out of nowhere, like Gotham City Imposters and what was the other one? Shadow of the Ninja, I think. The side-scroller one. Oh, yeah. Counter-Strike Global Offense. Great. Rehash. Came on everything. Madden, of course.
What about Sleeping Dogs? I mean, that kind of came out of left field too. I saw a lot of people really enjoyed that game. Have you played that at all?
I didn't, and that was another one that I saw actually got really good reviews for what it was. It definitely, they said, was not like a Grand Theft Auto rip-off, and it had a lot of good original storyline. It was really, based through the triads, the Japanese mafia or the Chinese mafia and the Yakuza and everything. So it looked really good. I just saw a bunch more reviews for it today. Obviously, everybody was putting together the end of the year list on what their best games of the year was and why. And I've seen a couple that actually had Sleeping Dogs and Popo and Yo. So, and Mark of the Ninja, I think that was the name of it. Something along those like Mark of the Ninja or Shadow of the Ninja. It was a side-scrolling 2D ninja game. They said it actually nailed all the physics, pretty good. Torchlight 2, which again kind of came out to little fanfare, but I know the sales on it were really good. And then obviously you had Borderlands and the big ones we talked about, Far Cry, Call of Duty Black Ops. So, and XCOM, can't leave out XCOM. That's one I always forget. It's my personal favorite, that and Borderlands. So you had a pretty good year for gaming, I think, overall. And unfortunately, with the tragedy that just happened with the shootings, you kind of get gaming dragged back into the conversation of bad. You get it. It's like, at this point we're getting up there. We're getting back into the status of gaming is okay, and a lot of people do it, and then we get dragged, back down. It's almost like we have to start back of the year with um, uh, nothing. We have to start back at the bottom, which sucks.
Yeah.
But
it sucks that it kind of puts a bad taste in your mouth as a gamer because, I mean, personally, video games don't cause people to kill.
No.
Do stupid, mindless tragedies like that. I mean, evil people have always existed. That's just the way it goes. Is like the saying goes. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Some people are just evil like that. But even my own dad suggested to me the other day. He's like, I think, and that's part of our nature as human beings is we have to rationalize everything. For every effect, there had to have been a cause. Sometimes there isn't a cause. Not everything in this world is rational like that. And that's what he said to me. He's like, I think it goes back to all them damn video games and all that crap. And I was flipping through the TV channels the other day, and he came across the roast on Comedy Central, one of the uncensored roasts, and he said it was just disgusting. And it's kind of what he said, but that's kind of what he blamed it on, his justification. But I said, you really can't blame it on video games. What are you going to do now? Start censoring video games, outlawing violent video games? Pretty soon you're going to have to censor movies. Because movies are way more violent and in detail than any video game can ever be. And I mean, it's a slippery slope once you start censoring video games and movies and things like that.
It is, and it's funny. I was going back and forth today on Twitter with this one guy I've been talking to. It's Scott. I did this last time too, and I don't screw up his damn name, but I think Scott Patterson. Yeah, Scott Patterson. So, going back and forth, he was going in this really, he's kind of in the same boat as I am, where he's getting really fed up with the media kind of tossing this around and saying it's all video games, And so he was like, this game caused this war, and this caused this, and I said, yeah, the Vietnam War must have been caused by Dig Dug. Digging all those tunnels, killing those lizards. I'm like, hey, tunnels, let's start a war. Violence existed before video games, before book media, before, movies, before music. So it's been, whatever. That could be maybe a special episode of That Guy Show where we dive into this if Nando's ever up for actually being deeper than a 2-inch
on a
puddle.
New episode.
Yeah, deeper than a 2-inch puddle. But, I lived in Newtown. I lived there for a couple of years. I lived, I grew up right next door, so I know the town very well. I still know people that live over there, and, it's to say small town. I would love to drive over there in a month or two and film the area, like where I used to live and what it looks like, because to say small town would be an overstatement. I mean, it's a tiny little town. There's really not, there's a small pizza place, and when I say, Newtown Pizza Palace, everyone knows what a Newtown Pizza Palace is, and the Big Y and everything. So, to see something like that in a town that small to begin with is really, really messed up. But then obviously to have the media jump in and basically get ratings by saying, playing video games. Anyway, that's so. I guess I bring it up because one of the games they blamed was one of the big games of this year was Mass Effect 3. How the hell can you blame Mass Effect 3 for anything, any kind of violence, let alone violence like this? It just boggles the mind that they even made a connection. It's like, yeah, it's a whole bunch of, robot aliens trying to eradicate all life by eating them. But no. This was, of course, his ultimate method of demise and downfall. So it was just stupid. But again,
I saw an article trying to, and you could tell this article was just grasping at straws. It said, from our understanding, he sat in his basement playing violent shooter video games, and then, they had no evidence to go on, so they just kept going, saying, such as the huge franchise called Call of Duty. It's like, do you have any proof that he played Call of Duty, or you just kind of, I mean, you could just tell they're waiting for their next headline, just to say,
just drawing
we
at
first
straws.
reported this. And, it's just
like anything else, just drawing at straws. I mean, all right, this is the last thing I'll say. Look at how much misinformation they put on Friday when it first happened. First it was, Ryan lands it, then it was Adam, then it was Ryan, or whoever it was in the end it was like they first said it was the older brother, then they went and arrested the older brother and brought him in. They basically all over the news and all over the world they called this guy a mass murderer of children. And he was still alive. Yeah. He's like, what happened? Why did I just get arrested? It was just, it's funny to see that, and then see them start attacking video games, and people listen. That's the part that kills me. People listen with the amount of misinformation crap they spewed out, and then people listen to it. So, but yeah, I did, Johnson, pour it in the chat there. I can't say that I left out Medal of Honor. I talked about this, I think, in the last episode where I'd really wanted it to do well, and everybody, it got panned. It got panned from everybody, not only in the gaming community, but also, unfortunately, the professional reviewing community also panned the crap out of it. So I didn't really leave it out.
Including me.
Yeah, same thing. Yes, you had the problem where you couldn't install the damn thing. So same thing with Dishonored.
That's the other game I was trying to think of. That was another sleeper hit that kind of took everyone by surprise.
Yeah, 50-50. Again, that one I saw, mixed. I saw a lot of mixed reviews on it. So I think I'd like it personally if I played it, but I haven't played it, so I couldn't really say. And the sales were, they weren't up there. They weren't the best in the world. Crysis 3, man, after Crysis 1, they lost. Crysis 2, they lost everything they had with that franchise. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, those are probably the biggest games that came out on 2012 were that. And then obviously, you had some gadgets kind of followed along. We talked about the PS Vita, Windows 8 finally launched. Whatever, Windows 7 came out last year. So you had Windows 8 launch. Again, no one's being really tight-lipped with the amount of sales that things have actually done. So they're projecting 40 million since October. They're projecting it, I think that was a projected number I saw for end of November, early December, something like that. Nintendo has pretty much been the only one I've seen some numbers on with the Wii U. They did 1.75 million units in November, and they did 425,000 units at launch within the first 7 days. So they're definitely beating both my projection and I think their original projection, which I think was 2 million by the end of the first 6 months. So I think they're going to be a little bit beyond that. So, and then of course we had the iPhone 5, and the iPad 3, thanks Apple, and the iPad Mini. So, I think overall it was a, with Microsoft coming out with Microsoft coming out with their Surface and Windows 8, I can't say I didn't see any major innovation this year in technology. I mean, what was the biggest thing we had in the sales charts was Siri. It's Android has had,
which is kind of a gimmick.
Yeah, Android has had voice commands built into their system for quite some time now. Microsoft with Windows 8 and the Surface, the fact that now, their tablet, their phone, and their computer OS now all talk to each other, kind of like Apple's been doing for years. So, again, I haven't seen any innovation. iPad 3, it's shinier, it's prettier. You can put Siri in it. You've got the iPhone 5. Now you have the iPad Mini. So, I mean, it's cool stuff. It's just really nothing that popped out and said, "Oh my God, here's an oh my God, pork chop sandwiches."
Yeah. However, next year there's a couple big things coming out next year. For one, the Ouya. I'm definitely excited about it. The Ouya, or the sort of the poster child of Kickstarter. I can't wait to see how that thing is basically received by the gaming community at large. I know a lot of gamers are behind it right now, but to see what happens at launch, or if they, I mean, I could see it going either way. Basically, it's sort of the little known band that you've discovered, so you and all your friends get behind it, and then are they going to go mainstream, or are they going to actually deliver? I mean, is it going to be shunned by the gaming community when it comes out for putting ads on the home screen or something like that, or are people actually going to get behind it? And is Ouya going to outsell the Xbox 720? I mean, who knows? It'll be an interesting year next year for sure.
Yeah, I know I'm looking forward to it. I know I think we've beat that horse, and I'm definitely looking forward to it for two reasons. One, it would be, I think, the first probably major Kickstarter project to be pushed and released, to see if they actually hold true to everything that they said they were going to, and also to see kind of the same thing, how the gaming community rallies behind it with, the next gen of consoles getting ready to come out. PlayStation 4, which is the Orbis, they're calling it, and the the 720 is the Orbis, and the PlayStation is the North something, or Hunts Bridge, or whatever the hell it's called. So, yeah, I'm very curious. I'm very, very curious to see how that goes. And also, some of the other big game projects that have been greenlit on Kickstarter. I'm curious to see how they come out. I'm curious to see if they come out and how they do with now all their private funding. That's not, there's no strings attached to it. There's no little puppet master going, where's my sales numbers? Like, well, we already got the sales. You just gave us $4 million. So we're going to make a game. I think that'd be kind of nice to see how that does. But yeah, I'm definitely with you on that one. I want to see how it does.
Yep. Anyways, one other topic I wanted to touch on this evening. I know it's our That Tech Guy Show podcast. All we do is talk about tech. But speaking of all this technology, I wanted to talk a little bit about disconnecting from technology, which I actually recently did. 2 weeks ago, I was on vacation in Costa Rica. Actually, I got a free vacation from work, which was pretty awesome. So got to go to Costa Rica for a week, sit on the beach in this fancy-ass resort, and it was great. And part of the best thing about it was that there was a whole week with no technology. And it's something I hadn't done since high school, since I got my first cell phone. As soon as you get your first cell phone, you're pulling it out every 15 minutes, checking if you have a text message. Then when you get a smartphone, you're checking your Twitter, checking your online banking, checking your Facebook page, checking everything, your YouTube channel. And you're basically connected all the time, 24/7, checking emails, everything. And it was really nice to actually sit back for a week and have none of it. And to be honest with you, time went a lot slower when you're not constantly busy with things. And it was nice to just sit back and relax. Granted, I did check my email once a day just to see, with my job, it's almost impossible to not at least answer a couple emails every day. But other than that, it was nice. No Facebooking, no tweeting, no posting, no pressure to post YouTube videos or anything. Even though I probably should have posted more, but that's all right. I just wanted to sit back and relax for a week, and it was interesting. So I kind of thought of the question. I mean, have you ever done anything like that? Just go a whole week without any technology, just disconnecting, just to see what it used to be like before all this technology came into our lives?
No. I would love to, but unfortunately, I keep taking jobs in the IT field, so I don't have a choice. I get stuck. Basically, when you go away, officially they say you don't have to have your phone because you're on vacation. Unofficially, if you don't have your phone, you're probably not going to have a job when you come back.
Pretty much. That's the way it is. They're just not legally allowed to say it that way.
Right. You know, kind of like when you leave at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon to go home, that's the end of your day. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're not checking your email every hour and you're not listening for the phone to ring, and it does, you don't answer it and you don't respond, you're screwed. So
Yeah.
that is the curse of being in the field, and also of, you know, being kind of what we do here. A lot of what we do here
Mm-hmm.
is forced social media. You know, we have to sit on a Facebook page. We have to sit on uh, Twitter or Skype or whatever else have you. So I'd like to disconnect. I'm sure I'll find a time when I can. But.
I was almost forced to disconnect because I wasn't going to pay $5 a day for, you know, Wi-Fi that you can't even measure
Yeah.
in today's terms. But you know, I wasn't totally disconnected, but still, it was nice. It was the most disconnected I had been in many years, and it's just something people don't even think about it. How much technology is becoming a part of their everyday lives. You know, it's almost essential in most big boy jobs of today to have your phone on you all the time, checking your email, or else, like you said, you know, the boss is definitely gonna not be happy with you. So.
Yeah. My boss will send me emails at like 3 in the morning. He's out of his mind. But if I'm awake, I'm just as crazy because I'll reply. So I'll sit there in BlackBerry and reply back. Yeah, I'll look at it in the morning, and then I'll go back to sleep. But unless I'm on call, I'm pretty much not looking at my work phone, at least. Unfortunately, I've got my personal phone, and then I get stuck, you know, taking a look at that. But I can tell you that, you know, on holidays, I pretty much don't look at it. So Thanksgiving, Christmas,
That's true.
I'll put it down. If someone needs to get a hold of me, I've got, like, you know, between my wife and myself and the house phone, we've got like 5 phones. So we're good. You know, if you could find me, if you need me, you'll find me. But if you don't need me, then you'll give up after, you know, 1 or 2 attempts.
Yeah.
So it would be nice. I'm not gonna lie, it would be very nice to be able to do that.
One of the coolest things too is just how you know, you almost have to communicate more. I mean, my wife and I, we're not too bad, but when we do go out to a restaurant, we're sitting there kind of bored waiting for our food. Before you even know it, I'll look up. I'm on my phone. She's on her phone, checking Facebook, checking Twitter, and I'm like, whoa, I didn't even realize this was happening. You know, it's like you're almost actually forced to have conversations and meet people and you know, go a little bit more out of your comfort zone than you normally would. So
Yep.
it was you know, not all the social networking, so you actually had to do the old school social networking of going up to people and introducing yourself and starting a conversation. You know, something a lot of kids nowadays don't know too much about.
Yeah, no, it's you know, and there's a difference. You know, if you go out and you're socially awkward, then that's one thing. But you just sometimes you just have to meet people. Really, you do. There's really nothing around that. What are you gonna do? You know, at some point, whether you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on YouTube, you have to talk to people face to face. You know, not everything is done um, through digital contact. You know, every now and then I'd like to be like, hey,
on that.
it's like, hey, what's going on, buddy? You know, oh my God, shake my hand. You know, it's cool to meet some of the guys we talk to on here all the time. You know, it's fun. That's why I'm really looking forward to PAX. PAX is going to be cool because before I get there, I'm going to, you know, try to set times where I'll meet at a lot, if not most of the people that I talk to on here on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever, just to kind of put that physical personality to the voice that I talk to. And hopefully I'll be completely intoxicated a couple of those nights. So
it's always a bonus.
Yeah, some people get to see me at my best, as it were.
Exactly.
Oh, I can only imagine it's going to be a little bit dangerous.
Better when I'm drunk.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll be in rare form. I'll give you that much. But it should be good. It should be good. Definitely a couple of guys I want to meet up with out there, and it'll be fun. Fun. A lot of good stuff coming. I thought they would talk more about the recent video games and opinions were about them.
What else we got here? Google Maps. Google Maps came out, crashed Apple's party. Blew everyone's mind that has an iPhone.
Yeah, well, it's because...
What's your opinion on that? Why does Google give up their biggest advantage that they had in Android, which is their mapping software? I mean, why do they go ahead and give that to all iPhone users now?
You know, I think it's more just they just wanted to kick Apple in the pants for doing away with the built-in Google Maps.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were just really wanted the market, and they wanted to show iPhone users, hey, Apple Maps really do suck. Because I don't like them. I really don't. I mean, I tried to use them just to go up to my mother's house. I mean, I know the directions. I know how to get there. And this thing was taking me through like 3 different states that I'd never been through. I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm going from Connecticut to Massachusetts. I was like, this is a straight shot. This freaking thing had me going through like Rhode Island and almost up to New Hampshire. I'm like, what the hell is this doing? It was just really, really stupid. It's just not very intuitive. I don't like the way it does anything, really. I don't like the Apple Maps at all. So for Google to come back and say, hey, awesome.
I saw a tweet today that showed the icon of Apple Maps and said, even Apple's icon shows you to drive straight off an overpass.
Yes.
If you pull out your iPhone and look at the app, it actually has a symbol of you driving up an overpass and straight off it, which I think is kind of funny. I never noticed that until now.
That's yeah. It really is something I don't like. So I'm happy that Google Maps came back. I'm very happy, actually.
I'm very happy as an iPhone user. I mean, I've been waiting for Google Maps since I left Android. That's the one thing that I absolutely loved. And I could pull out my Android phone, hold the text-to-talk thing, and just say, find a gas station, and it would pull up and give me driving directions to the nearest gas station. It just worked, and that's something that, I'm sure the new iPhones have that, but I don't have Siri yet, so I'm still stuck on the old iPhone 4, and it was something that was a big step back for me, one of the big steps back from going from Android over to Apple.
Yep.
So I'm glad Google came over. I'm a little surprised that even Google acknowledged that. They said they used all the tricks they've learned, and they actually admitted that they think their Maps app for iOS is a little better than the Android version they have out right now. Obviously, they're waiting on an update, but I just thought it was kind of funny that they really held back no punches and just came out flying, just to kind of give Apple a black eye in that area of mapping. So
good. They deserved it. They deserved a black eye somewhere because, iPhone sales are doing pretty good. They just released the iPhone in China. It was like 2 million or 2.2 million units in like the first day or first 2 days or some stupid number like that. So, whatever. Yeah, I hate the iPhone. But, going back to it, everything I do is Google, so I need to get off the iPhone. I've heard good things about the Windows Phone, but again, because my loyalty is with Google, I'll probably go back to the Android. I know I will. So, but I'm definitely very happy that they came back. I'm very happy with that. I can't argue with it at all, actually. I want to see more. I want to see more Google. You know what I want to see is Google Goggles was actually an awesome app that I loved on my Android, and
yes,
you don't have that on the iPhone.
No, I wish there was something like that on the internet.
Yeah.
Where you could pull up a picture of something and try and search and find what it is.
You search the picture.
I mean, that's an awesome idea.
You can hover over text in different languages, and it'll translate the languages just by reading it. It will read the the QR codes. It'll do everything. I love Google. It was like one of the best apps. It was my Swiss Army app. So it was awesome. It was definitely.
Call me tech illiterate, but I still don't know how to use a QR code. I'm assuming you have to download a specific app for it.
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
I
no.
was sitting in line at Wendy's the other day, and it showed a QR code, and it said go to App Store and download Wendy's app to look at this code.
You can
Like, so I have
download
to
it.
download a Windows app just to look at your QR code, or is there a general QR code reader, or what's the
No,
deal?
there's a couple. Microsoft actually makes an app. I think it's called Tap for the iPhone that'll read QR codes. It was it,
Okay.
they're goofy little things, but again, that was something Google Goggles handled. It'll handle all the QR codes
Yeah.
too, and it'll translate it and
So
take. It's just a website. It's just a
why
web
don't
link. It's just
I wish companies would build that right into their camera app. I mean, I should be able to pull a camera app out of my phone, snap a picture, and they should recognize it's a QR code and pull up the website. I
yes,
think that'd be a good idea.
yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, I think Apple actually sells a couple QR readers through their app store. It's like 99 cents or $1.99. There's free ones. Again, Microsoft has one. Uh, Google doesn't on the iPhone at least. Meh, whatever. You know, it's
I'm never going to pay 99 cents for a QR reader. I mean, it's essentially I'm paying so I can inundate myself with more advertisements than I already see. You know, I
yeah.
mean, a lot of times you click on it and it's essentially a glorified version of an ad is all you're getting.
It's all it is. It's when you click on the QR codes, it's just a web link. Typically, it'll bring you to video. It'll bring you to whatever. It'll bring you something goofy. You know, for me, I had one for Jeep, and it just brought me to the Jeep merchandise page. So it's like it gave me a 10% coupon. Woohoo! It's like 10% off of $50 that you spend. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. So it's all marketing. It's all marketing. It's another way of marketing, but you know, it's one of those things that if you have a Facebook page or a Twitter page or a Kickstarter project, you could create a QR code, and that QR code will say, "Hey, I have this Kickstarter project that I'm doing for a widget. Scan the barcode here," and you scan the code. It brings you to the Kickstarter page, and you know the mobile version, and it'll automatically bring you to the donation area, or if your Facebook page, it'll automatically bring you to the like section. Just like hit like now and follow me on here. So um, I see how it's a one-stop, awesome little marketing tool if it's used right. But right now it's a bunch of goofy crap, you know. But it's not. We're not the demographic, you and I. You know, the
Yeah.
demographic is the teen boys and girls who have their fancy phones and they're just scanning the crap out of these things. Ooh, I get a free Neopet or something. So,
Yeah.
but it is a cool marketing tool. I can't lie. I know a lot of people who um, are thinking about getting into it for marketing for their businesses, and it's a great tool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie there. So, I think this is probably a good place to wrap it up for the evening. I think
Yep.
we've covered some good stuff. With any luck, we'll get another episode recorded before the new year.
Fingers
That's
crossed. Fingers crossed.
yeah, that's our goal would be to get something recorded before the new year, and then what we'll do is we'll really you know um, it'll be more of a fun show than I think more of a recap. I mean, with you know maybe we can even get Nando and his amazing insight. Uh,
That'd be a treat.
or just do one big that guy show thing. You know, we'll talk to Nando. We'll see how it goes. Um,
Yeah.
thank you, Alejandro. So does Nando. And um, so that's the idea. So hopefully we'll get something going next week. We'll get something big before the new year at very least, just to say that we survived the Mayan calendar. And
Yeah.
hopefully by then I won't be near death. This cough was it's not gonna go away. It's gonna last me 3 months. You know, the infection control people in my hospital were following me around. Are you still sick? Are you still sick? I'm like, no, really, I'm fine. I'm gonna have this cough forever. We have to mark it down if you're sick. I'm like, I'm not really. It's driving me nuts. So, um, so yeah, hopefully we'll get something in next week before the new year. If not, if life happens, and everybody have a good new year. And we will see you back in January, stronger than ever, and nail down a schedule. So,
Yep.
you know, definitely want to be a very steady bi-weekly show. Um, Please leave in the
And,
comments if different days for the live shows work better for people. I know that there's a lot of different podcasts going on, and we definitely don't want to kind of jump on anybody's coattails and conflict, as I think we did today again.
for about the 5th time in a row.
I think the first time was a
And,
presidential debate.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sucked. So,
And also, if you celebrate it, everybody have a Merry Christmas.
absolutely.
And yeah,
I think
I'm
Hanukkah's
still one of
over,
the
isn't
guys who
it?
say Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays
Yeah,
because I don't really care.
I think Hanukkah's over too. I think that just ended. No,
I'm not sure.
me neither. I'm not a Jew. I work with a whole bunch though, and I think I saw the menorah completely lighted. Wow, I saw it completely lit today, but I'm not positive. So, yes. So yeah, same thing. Everybody who celebrates it, please have a happy Christmas. And if you don't, um, well, you don't eat bacon either.
Have an epic weekend.
Yeah, you don't really eat bacon. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for listening. And this was That Tech Guy Show.
We'll see you next week. Peace out.
Peace.
All right.
Click, click.
It wasn't that short, Johnson Port. It was about 45, 50 minutes. It's not bad.
Yeah, we'd like to keep it under the typical hour and a half. That
Yeah, we're shooting for about 45 to 50 minutes every week. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's, people get bored. We lose our viewership. And
Yeah, and don't forget too, when we put it up, it goes on iTunes too. It doesn't just stay here. So as much as you all love staring at our shining faces, you get to hear our very sandy, salty voices on iTunes. So we try to keep it kind of
Exactly.
condensed,
Yeah.
so it'll go up there. Because there are people.
Just so you know, if you missed an episode, you can just check it out. Just pull out your iPhone and type in That Guy Show, or if you have Android phone, like I'm sure a lot of you do, just pull out your download the Stitcher Radio app, and we're on there. That's as far as I know, that's essentially the podcast mecca of Android phones. So we're on the Stitcher Radio app. Just type in That Guy Show there, and you'll be able to find us there as well. So. Did you just say you hate iPhones?
Shut
as
up.
You're holding up the iPhone.
I don't have a choice. Not now. There you go. We'll actually do it. Will we get
There it is.
That
Absolutely.
Guy Show. But, you know what? That's because my... yeah, that's better.
Let me check how we're doing on Podbean anyways. I haven't checked that in a while. Let's see here.
Yes. That. See, this thing, it should be getting a lot. I mean, it's a hell of a camera, but anyway. You should be getting oh, yeah, I can explain. You can see the blue outline. That Tech Guy Show. Oh, there you go. It just took a minute. So, That Tech Guy Show with C Nasty. Oh, because it's That Guy Show. I just haven't subscribed to That Tech Guy Show. But, so.
That works.
Yeah. Well, obviously. I don't want to listen to their show you do. When they let you speak.
Why are we not on Podbean anymore? Have we really dropped down the charts that far?
That would suck.
Something's wrong here.
Probably. What am I watching now? I should probably spell that right. Yeah, fair. Oh my god, coming. Wow, I hate typing on this stupid little keyboard. Yeah, I'm seeing the Wii U starting to pick up steam again.
The Wii U?
Yeah.
They have totally removed us from Podbean's charts.
Wow.
We used to be like number 3 or 4 in gaming, and now I don't know what the deal is.
Huh.
We're not even on there anymore.
Well, that's probably because there's not a whole lot of shows. Blame Nando for that.
Strange. Must be a glitch or something. We were on there forever, even when we didn't put anything up for 3 months. We were still on the charts.
It's true. Sweet in gaming.
I wonder if Nando was messing with some settings or something.
That's a good possibility.
Because even the most played of all time, we were like number 6 in gaming.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't go away for any reason. I mean, we shouldn't just all of a sudden be gone completely from the charts.
But I don't think he logs into there.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just something in there.
Oh, I don't think we get much traffic from the Podbean homepage anyways.
Probably not.
Not that I know of.
So, but yeah, that's why, because we put the
Alright.
stuff up there and it gets streamed onto iTunes U or iTunes Store or whatever hell.
Yeah.
So I am going to cancel the stream. You know, I'd really love to bring that one back too. I'm kind of pissed off at
Cancel the stream. That was a good show.
Patty and Cracker for that one. I'll have to talk to them and see if we can get that one back going for the new year.
Getting the gang back together.
Getting the band back together. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it was, you know, it was kind of like the other guys with you though. We didn't let we didn't let Cracker say much.
Yeah.
But most of the time we were on.
I couldn't get in a word with C and Nando. I mean, those guys just back and forth.
Well, you had
They
to
don't
jump
take a
in.
breath, I
You
don't
got to
think.
jump in and scream at them. How long did
And
turtles
it's like
live?
by the time they stopped for a breath, we're 3 topics on from what I was going to speak about. I mean, we would have like an intro topic, and we couldn't even get to the intro, and we're talking about like tits already or something. It was just, it was crazy, topic to topic.
Yeah, I thank Nando
was
for
fun.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
How did the last one you guys did? The whatever the hell that was, the show. What was the last one you just did? What the hell's it called? The show
the
TV
TV?
Junkies, yeah.
TV Junkies. I think it did pretty good. It got a decent amount of comments. We had like only 1 or 2 people in the live stream though, because nobody knew about it. But,
Yeah. Nice.
yeah, we have 23,000 episode hits in the last 30 days.
Dirty Mr.
9,000 feed hits and 33,000 site visitors, it says, and yet we're not on the charts at all.
Yeah, that's not nice.
That makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't. How long do turtles live? Long enough for me to be able to cook them up and eat them, I guess. Not that long if you put them in my
years,
care.
I believe.
Yeah, not that long if you put them in my care, because then they just die.
It's a good question, though. Good question.
It is. I think this little kid called Nemo asked it. I think it was a fish. But we'll digress. But yeah, the cancel the stream thing would be nice. That'd be funny. I'd love to do, you know, it's funny. I remember this one, I don't remember what the hell we were doing. This one Skype call we were on, and there's like people kept jumping in and out. We were on it for, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours. And it was me and TNQ. Who the hell else? There was a couple other people. It was like it was one of the first times I'd actually talked to TN on anything really, and then on Skype. But we were going through these YouTube videos, and then we were going through their subscriber list, and we were picking the strangest subscribers on their list that we can find, and we were watching their videos, and it was just like this weird, it was just down the rabbit hole. Really was. It was just a weird, messed up night of these videos. And I think he recorded it, somebody recorded it. And I don't think he ever actually published it. I think he uploaded it and put it as private. But that was like one of those, what the hell were we thinking nights. That was a fun conversation. So, all right, guys, I am going to kill the stream. I'm going to cancel it.
Thanks for stopping by.
If I could find it. There it is. And thanks everyone for stopping by. It was good. And definitely comment, leave comments everywhere. Watch the video, download it on iTunes, watch it on Podbean. Or we'll come
Follow
to your
us
house.
on Twitter. We'll let you know when we stream our next show. Hopefully next week.
Yeah.
We can get together again.
Pretty much. So I'm going to kill it before you guys have to sit there and stare at the stream. So until next time, guys, thanks a lot.
Later.